What's happening, everybody? Trey here, joined by my dad, Sean, and today, reactions to the classics. We are bringing a George Harrison solo song battle your way, man. I want to shout out our longtime friend of the channel, Joe, for bringing this one, man.
Thank you, Joe.
Joe got second place in our fantasy football league that we do each year, and the prize for that was a song battle. So here today, Joe is going, as you can see at the bottom, with the Harrison tune "You" against "Stuck Inside a Cloud." So looking forward to this one.
Yeah, and "You" is from Extra Texture. Read all about it in 1975. I do the research around here. This one was quite interesting. The lead single and opening track, top 20 in the U.S., 9 in Canada, only 38 in the U.K. He wrote it in 1977, or 1970, I should say, as a song for Ronnie Spector, formerly the Ronettes, and wife of Harrison's All Things Must Pass co-producer, and absolutely insane man in many different ways, Phil Spector. The composition reflects Harrison's admiration for the 60s American soul R&B, particularly Motown. In February of '71, Ronnie recorded "You" in London for a proposed solo album on the Beatles' Apple's record label, but the recording remained unissued. 4 years later, Harrison returned to this backing track while making his final album for Apple in Los Angeles. The release recording features the 1971 contributions from Leon Russell, Jim Gordon, and others, with further instrumentation and vocals overdubbed in 1975, notably a series of saxophone solos by Jim Horn. So this shows you, even after the Beatles got out of messing around in the studio, we were doing this. So tell us about...
Still meticulous on, and hey, Jim Horn, this man was destined to be a saxophone
I swear, dude,
player,
yeah,
too.
Exactly. Kind of like Alto Reed was an alto saxophonist, right?
That's right. So speaking of that, those two different tracks.
Yes.
So this 1971 basic track, Harrison taped demos of "You" during a lengthy recording sessions for All Things Must Pass. Despite the fact that "You" was tailor-made for his wife, Phil Spector opted not to issue the song as her comeback single. He likewise held back recordings by the Ronettes and the Crystals, another act signed to his labels, Phyllis Records, in the 60s. With the solo album plan abruptly abandoned, another Harrison original from the sessions, "Try Some, Buy Some," was completed and selected for release as a Ronnie Spector single on Apple. It was a minor hit in America only. That song's disappointing commercial reception led to the cancellation of a second single, which was supposed to be this track.
They were messing around back in the day. The 1975 overdubs, Harrison recorded his own lead vocal onto the 71 basic track. So he did it in the 75 sessions, as he'd done earlier with "Try Some, Buy Some." For "Living in the Material World," that's where that song popped up in 73. So Trey, I never heard of this story. So it's kind of like an All Things Must Pass song.
Yeah, just gone through a couple different versions.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Thanks again to Joe for bringing this. As always, man, we're going to have the lyrics pulled up. I'm just going to enjoy the song, and then after that, we'll go to "Stuck Inside a Cloud." Saxophone hitting us early.
There you go.
String synthesizer, very rich instrumental.
Very.
All right, George Harrison bringing it here with You. Very rich instrumentally here, Dad. Just as you kind of look at the personnel on the track. I mean, obviously that saxophone is quite prominent throughout. It hits you at the very beginning.
It does.
You have the synthesized strings that pop up in there.
The great David Foster on that.
And, you know, of course, the piano, you know, drum use was very loud and up heavy in the mix as well.
Yeah, and I think you hit the highlights of the songs, the production. I mean, lyrically, it's catchy. You know, it's oddly written in the cadence that he sings it in. It says, I love, and I love you, oh, you, yeah, you. It's hard for me to even read, right? It's hard to track along. But, I mean, it works. It's very catchy. So, obviously, the theme of the song is not hard to discern.
No.
You know.
It's just a nice love song.
Yeah,
you know?
but a very, very pleasant song, like sonically, man, just so well put together.
No, and I thought George's vocals at first, I was like, oh, what is George singing?
I know, no, I thought that too. It's funny.
Then he, you know, by the second line, he was back in it. I don't know what that
I thought
first
the same
line
thing.
was.
I thought this. I'm like, oh man, what's going on here?
It's like, this doesn't sound like George, but then he was just warming up. You know,
he was just warming up.
Even the greats, but
that's crazy. You thought, because I thought, man, this might be rough, and then I was like, oh no, this is good.
But no, George kind of brought some of that energy and light that a song like this needs, you know?
Definitely. Now we're going to fast forward quite a ways, Trey, to Stuck Inside a Cloud from his 2002 posthumous album, Brainwashed.
Yeah, Harrison's favorite number was 7.
Hold on. Now, did you know this? Did you know that his favorite number was 7? I've never heard
did not.
this.
No.
No, go ahead. I had never heard this. I thought it was interesting.
And his favorite track on any of his albums was always the 7th. Yeah, I've
never heard that, man.
Before. Danny Harrison chose Stuck Inside a Cloud as his personal favorite track from his father's Brainwashed album, and thus gave it the honor of being the 7th track. Although this song is often thought to have been written during George's battle with cancer, its true meaning has been the subject of speculation. Here's what George's son Danny said about it. Quote, "The title could mean a veil of ignorance, something everyone on earth experiences and is ultimately trying to get rid of. It confuses you and shortens your vision."
You know, I'm the one that pasted that in there, and I read that like 4 times. I still don't even know what he's saying, man. But you got George here. You also got the great Jeff Lynne. Jim Keltner's on drums, and Danny is on that electric piano, as he was so often on his dad's tracks towards the end.
Never slept so little, never smoked so much, lost my concentration, I could even lose my touch, talking to myself, crying out loud. Only I can hear me now, stuck inside a cloud.
I always enjoy a little slide guitar from George.
I lost my will to eat. Only thing that matters to me is to touch your lotus feet. Talking to myself, crying out loud. Only I can hear me now, stuck inside a cloud, talking to myself, crying out loud. But only I can hear me, I'm stuck inside a cloud. Talking to myself, inside a cloud. Never been so crazy, but I've never felt so sure. I wish I had the answer to it. Don't even have the cure.
I can never see why people thought this was about the cancer
Well,
situation,
yeah.
man.
Talking to myself, crying as we part, knowing as you leave me, I also lose my heart. Talking to myself, I'm crying as we part. Knowing as you leave me, I also lose my
Stuck inside a cloud. Trey, you said it towards the end. You can definitely see why. I mean, it definitely seems like this was written about his cancer battle.
100%.
Which made this song much more powerful for me reading it from that just perspective of like, oh man, because he says never slept so little, never smoked so much. So somebody who's smoking marijuana, and we know their past history with drugs, and because you know, in the cancer and the difficulty of everything you go through, that's one of the things you do to get through it. Lost my concentration. I could even lose my touch.
And then we get to the more kind of just, I guess, grand thing that you could apply to yourself. Talking to myself, crying out loud. Only I can hear me. I'm stuck inside a cloud. I think we've all kind of felt like that at certain maybe periods in our life, or whatever the case may be, where only maybe you're stuck in the situation you don't want to be, or feel like no one understands, or whatever the case may be. Then he goes on to, you know, yet again he mentions, I lost my will to eat. The only thing that matters to me is to touch your lotus feet. And we get a nice guitar solo. I, as always with George, love that slide guitar action.
Yeah.
And this song had it in spades. So I was impressed. Impressed with that. He knows, I wish I had the answer to give. Don't even have the cure. He notes that he doesn't even know how to solve the issue here. He just knows that the issue's there.
Yeah, and you know, this song is not as obviously as well produced as the first song as You is, just because that song was so crazy produced. But this one just kind of has a slower, let it unfold, like the tempo of it is just right. So I don't know, man. We're going to be at the point where we pick a winner here. I don't know. I mean, just what I just said. Like, Stuck Inside a Cloud resonated with me more because I looked at it from the perspective this man's knows that he's probably coming towards the end of his life, and he's kind of. But you know, You was so well put together. You got a clear-cut winner?
I'm going to go Stuck Inside a Cloud. With the slide guitar work and just the lyrical power and punch that the song had, I'm going to give that the nod. All due respect to You, though.
I think I'm going to do the same thing. I was hoping you chose You, so we could have, you know, a split battle, because I think they're both deserving of winning. But I got to go with Stuck Inside a Cloud again. So thanks for bringing this one, Joe. You know, congratulations on that second place, my man.
And you know, Joe, massive Beatles fan.
Massive Beatles fan.
Has a Beatles tat. And Harrison, I know, is his favorite, I believe. Or maybe it's Lennon. In any case, I know Joe loves some George Harrison. And
Joe's two good ones, man.
It was cool to feature the battle. So let us know down below, y'all, which of these you have coming out on top. And be sure to hit that big red subscribe button, as well as the big thumbs up.
And if you'd like to support us in a way, the patrons keep this thing going, check out the Patreon link below, or the Patreon link on the end screen. We'll also put up one of our many Beatles vids. There's nearly 70 of them that we've done over time, so you can check one of those out as well.
And reviewed a couple of George's solo efforts as well. So yeah, you can just peruse that playlist if you want. But until next time, thanks for watching, y'all. Happy listening, and we will see you.